In the vast hidden vaults of the Jedi Temple, there was a collection of artifacts, relics too dangerous to leave unguarded, even by the guardians of peace and justice. Among them was a mask, unassuming at first glance, but far more sinister than any holocron or ancient Sith weapon. This mask didn't just belong to a Dark Lord of the Sith, it was all that remained of him. The story of Darth Momin isn't one you'll find in history books or Jedi records. In fact, for centuries, his name was all but erased, deliberately kept from the knowledge of both the Sith and the Jedi. But why? To understand, we have to go back to Momin's obsession. Unlike most Sith whose hunger for power was driven by conquest, Momin sought something different, something darker. He believed that true power lay in creation, in crafting terror and pain into forms that would last for eternity. Momin didn't just want to control the dark side, he wanted to turn it into art. So how did a Sith Lord, obsessed with sculpting suffering, nearly bring Darth Vader to his knees? For Momin, the dark side was a tool, but not for destruction alone. He used it to craft creations that defied the natural order. As a young man, he mutilated creatures, reshaping their bodies into grotesque sculptures. His works were monstrous, disturbing, and to him, they were beautiful. But Momin didn't just sculpt with flesh and bone, he wanted to shape the very fabric of the Force. After being taken in by the Sith Lady Darth Shah, Momin's ambitions grew. His training in the dark side led him to believe he could create a masterpiece so powerful that it would satisfy the dark side itself. With his twisted vision, he designed a weapon capable of obliterating an entire city while trapping its inhabitants in a moment of frozen terror, forever. But Momin's obsession was his downfall. When the Jedi discovered his plan, they disrupted the process, causing Momin's body to be disintegrated. All that was left was his mask. Yet Momin wasn't gone. His spirit remained trapped inside, waiting for the right moment to strike again. For years, the mask was kept hidden, sealed in the Jedi Archives alongside other dangerous Sith artifacts. But it wasn't the Jedi who would ultimately discover Momin's legacy. It was Darth Sidious. Knowing the power the mask held, Sidious gifted it to his apprentice, Darth Vader. What Vader didn't realize at the time was that this simple artifact was far more than just a remnant of a long-dead Sith. It was the key to Momin's return. Vader was consumed with his own mission to build a fortress on Mustafar, one that would channel the dark side and perhaps even open a portal that would allow him to reunite with his lost love, Padme. But Momin had a different vision. As Vader struggled to design the fortress, Momin's spirit, still residing in the mask, began to whisper, to guide. He took over the body of one of Vader's architects, sketching designs far beyond anything Vader could have conceived. But Momin wasn't simply helping Vader, he had his own plan. Through the fortress, Momin sought to create his final masterpiece, a gateway to the dark side itself, and with it he would return to life. As construction continued, Momin's designs repeatedly failed. Each collapse of the fortress was more than just an architectural error. It was the result of Momin's growing obsession to perfect his dark creation. Each failure drove him deeper into madness until the 9th attempt, when he finally succeeded. With the fortress complete, Momin betrayed Vader, seizing the moment to channel the dark side and restore himself to his original body. The mask, his prison for centuries, was now a tool of resurrection. But Momin underestimated the true power of the dark side and Darth Vader. The battle between Momin and Vader was inevitable. Momin believed that the dark side loved him, that it would never allow him to die. He taunted Vader, calling him weak, unworthy of opening the gateway that now stood before them. But Vader had no interest in Momin's artistic ambitions. He only sought power and vengeance. The duel was fierce, and Momin gained the upper hand, severing Vader's sword arm and preparing to deal the final blow. But in that moment, Vader asked him one question. Had Momin lied about what lay beyond the gateway? Momin, proud of his creation, admitted the truth. No, he had not lied. Satisfied with the answer, Vader crushed Momin with the full force of the dark side, slamming him into the cave wall, leaving nothing but a crumpled mask once more. And so ended Darth Momin's final masterpiece, not with creation, but with destruction. As we close this chapter on Momin's twisted vision, the galaxy still holds countless stories waiting to be uncovered. Make sure to subscribe for our next dive into Star Wars lore. And in the comments, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Was Momin's dark creativity more dangerous than Vader's raw power? As always, thank you for watching, and may the dark side be with you.